Hello gamers, I'm NKCL and in this video I want to talk about Embers Adrift, an old-school MMORPG that released at the end of last year and recently made their subscription optional, so some of you might be interested in checking it out. I'll say it in the very beginning so I don't waste your time. This game is for people that enjoy old-school MMORPGs, people that have been waiting for games like Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, War of Ragnaroks and the like. I also need to mention that this game is made by an indie team and that comes with a few caveats. You should not expect the polish you see in a AAA MMORPG or the massive content updates that a big development team is capable of. On the bright side, because it is an indie team, you can expect them to be very passionate about this project and they are quite engaged in the community. Before we begin, I always like to take a moment to thank all the returning subscribers. Thank you for being here. I'm not sure how many of you are interested in old-school MMORPGs, but I thought it's worth covering, especially after the recent changes. Maybe you are like me, and even when the game is not for you, you are curious to see how it is doing, and overall, see as much diversity as possible in the MMORPG genre. Feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think of this title. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I cover a variety of online gaming topics with a focus on MMORPGs. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, you can consider supporting me in this hobby of mine with a like and a subscribe. Alright, let's get back to the topic. Maybe you heard of Embers Adrift before, but in case you didn't, let me give you a short description of what you can expect from it. It is a sandbox, old-school MMORPG. The game world setting is that of low fantasy, one in which you are a drifter and you are tasked with exploring the secrets of the world. You can go about this however you see fit. There is no arching main quest. True to the sandbox nature of the game, you are free to forge your own path. This game heavily relies on the social aspect of MMORPGs. You are expected to engage with others, and most elements of the game will revolve around this. If you are one of those players that prefers to play MMORPGs solo, there is a high chance that this is not the right game for you, as it does not provide any features like auto matchmaking and stuff like that caters to people that prefer to play mostly solo. You have to judge if this game is for you or not. When it comes to the various systems available in-game, I will not go into too much details, because I believe a big part of the experience when it comes to this kind of games is discovering things for yourself. However, I will say this, the game provides exploration, quest, gathering and crafting. True to the old-school nature, the gameplay overall is strategic and pretty slow-paced. So it will suit people that prefer a more relaxed environment that focuses on preparation and forward thinking rather than someone that wants an action-packed game. When it comes to visuals, the graphics and the environment are kind of acceptable. Do not expect the most graphically impressive game, but it's not too bad either. You can check the graphics on the screen and decide for yourself if this is acceptable to you or not. Personally, I prefer a bit better from a game released in 2022, but this is not a deal breaker for me. Hopefully all this gave you a rough idea of what you can expect from Embers Adrift, so let's talk about the monetization and one of the reasons why I decided to put a spotlight on this game. Recently they changed from the forced subscription model to an optional subscription model. If you have been following my channel, you will know I dislike the forced subscription model, and as proven by the vast majority of MMORPGs, it's just not a sustainable model. Even games like Final Fantasy XIV and WoW have a cash shop, and at the end of the day, because of the expansion and DLC cost, they end up costing more to play on a yearly basis than most so-called pay-to-win games. That being said, Embers Adrift is now buy-to-play with an optional subscription that gives a few benefits, like extra storage, extra character slots, more portraits and emotes, and a subscriber tag. Basically a bit of glitter to show off that you are supporting the game. On top of that, subscribers can summon a crafting station and an Ember ring that provides healing. These can be used by everyone nearby, regardless of their subscription status. Nothing here should be considered a massive advantage, and it's pretty mild when compared to most other optional subscriptions. It's also important to note that at this time the game does not have any cash shop or expansion or DLC cost. The game price is all you really need to pay to enjoy this game. The last thing I wanted to mention about this game is the community. Because the game actively encourages group play, it ended up having a very welcoming and friendly community, and honestly, it's quite rare to see. So this might be yet another reason for someone to check out the game. Overall, I just wanted to make you aware of this title, or in case you were already aware, share these recent changes that might determine you to check it out. But before we wrap up this video, I wanted to address yet another topic, and that is why you might want to check out this game rather than wait for one of the various other MMOs coming out that might offer a similar experience. Titles like Pantheon Rise of the Fallen and War of Ragnaroks, or even games like Pax Day, Queenfall or Throne and Liberty. The main reason for this is that you can play Embers Adrift right now, while most of these upcoming titles don't even have a release date yet. On top of that, these games might completely change before release. We've seen with Throne and Liberty, it clearly offered an old-school approach to combat in the last beta, but that was met with unreasonable rage by some of the Western audience, so there is always a chance that the developers will change that before release. While I don't think this is very important, there is also the monetization aspect. With Embers Adrift, you know exactly what you are getting. With most of these upcoming titles, the monetization will be unclear until release. So there you have it, an old-school sandbox MMORPG. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this title. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel like it. See you in the next one, gamers!